7 Lessons of Japanese Minimalism for a Simple and Organized Life. Ever wonder why Japanese homes feel so peaceful and organized, while ours seem cluttered and chaotic, despite having more space? Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something that could completely transform how you live and think about your space. Japanese minimalism isn't just about having fewer things. It's actually a whole philosophy that can bring more peace, clarity, and joy into your daily life. We're talking about ancient wisdom that's more relevant today than ever before, especially when we're all drowning in stuff and feeling overwhelmed by our busy lives. What makes Japanese minimalism so special is that it's not about being extreme or living like a monk. Instead, it's about finding balance and creating space for what truly matters. The Japanese have been practicing these principles for centuries, and there's a reason their approach to simple living has captured the world's attention. So, let's explore 7 powerful lessons that can help us create more organized, peaceful, and meaningful lives. Lesson number 1. The power of empty space. Let's start with something that might sound a bit strange at first: the beauty of emptiness. In Japanese culture, there's this concept called which is all about the power of negative space or emptiness. Think about it this way: when you look at a beautiful painting, it's not just the brushstrokes that make it stunning, but it's also the empty spaces around them that give the artwork breathing room. This same principle applies to our homes and lives. We often think that filling every corner and surface with something makes our space more complete. But actually, the opposite is true. Empty space gives our minds a place to rest. When you walk into a room that has plenty of open areas, you immediately feel more relaxed and focused. The Japanese understand that emptiness isn't something to be feared or filled up quickly. Instead, it's something to be appreciated and protected. In traditional Japanese homes, you'll notice lots of clean surfaces, minimal furniture, and plenty of room to move around. This isn't because they can't afford more things. It's because they recognize that empty space has its own value. Lesson number 2. Wabi-sabi. Finding beauty in imperfection. Here's something that might completely change how you see your home and belongings. Wabi-sabi is this beautiful Japanese philosophy that celebrates imperfection, impermanence, and the natural aging process. Instead of constantly trying to make everything look perfect and new, wabi-sabi teaches us to find beauty in things that show signs of wear, age, and use. Think about that wooden cutting board in your kitchen that has developed a beautiful patina from years of use, or the way sunlight fades certain spots on your favorite armchair. In Western culture, we might see these as flaws that need to be fixed or reasons to buy something new. But wabi-sabi invites us to see these changes as adding character and story to our belongings. We can embrace wabi-sabi by stopping our constant quest for perfection and instead appreciating the natural evolution of our belongings. That vintage lamp with the slightly dented shade might have more character than a brand new one. Those books with creased spines show they've been loved and read. When we shift our perspective this way, we stop feeling like we need to constantly upgrade and replace things, which naturally leads to having fewer possessions and more contentment with what we already own. Lesson number 3. Ikigai. Surrounding yourself with purpose. Now let's talk about something that goes way deeper than just organizing our stuff. Ikigai is often translated as life's purpose, but it's really about finding meaning in both the big and small things we do every day. When it comes to our belongings and living spaces, Ikigai asks us to consider whether the things around us support our sense of purpose and bring us genuine joy. The beautiful thing about applying Ikigai to our living spaces is that it helps us make decisions about what to keep and what to let go of. When you're considering whether to hold on to something, you can ask yourself, does this serve a purpose in my life right now? Does it bring me joy or help me accomplish something I care about? If the answer is no, it might be time to find it a new home where it can be more useful.
This approach naturally leads to having fewer things, but more importantly, it means that things you do keep are there for good reasons. Your space becomes a reflection of what matters to you, rather than just a collection of random stuff you've accumulated over time. And when everything around you has a purpose or brings you joy, your entire environment feels more supportive and energizing. Lesson number 4, Kaizen. Small changes, big results. Here's where Japanese minimalism gets really practical and doable. Kaizen is all about making small, continuous improvements rather than trying to transform everything at once. This is such a game changer when it comes to organizing and simplifying our lives, because it takes away that overwhelming feeling we get when we think about decluttering an entire house. Instead of setting aside a whole weekend to reorganize everything and then burning out halfway through, Kaizen suggests spending just a few minutes each day making small improvements. Maybe today you organize one drawer, tomorrow you sort through a single shelf. The day after that, you might donate a few items you no longer use. The Japanese have been using Kaizen in everything from business to personal development for decades, and it works because it's sustainable. When changes are small and manageable, you're much more likely to stick with them long term. Plus, as you start to see the results of these small improvements, you naturally feel motivated to keep going. We can apply Kaizen to creating a more organized life by picking just one small area to focus on each day. It might be sorting through your junk drawer, organizing your bathroom cabinet, or simply putting away everything that's currently sitting on your kitchen counter. These little actions might not seem like much in the moment, but after a month of daily 5-minute improvements, you'll be amazed at how much more organized and peaceful your space feels. Lesson number 5, Mono no Ara, letting go with grace. This next lesson touches on something we all struggle with, but rarely talk about: the difficulty of letting go of our belongings. Mono no Ara is this gentle Japanese concept that acknowledges the bittersweet nature of impermanence. It's about recognizing that all things change and pass away, and finding peace with that natural cycle rather than fighting against it. When it comes to our possessions, Mono no Ara teaches us that it's okay to feel a little sad when we let go of things that once brought us joy, even if they no longer serve us. That dress you loved in college but haven't worn in years, those books you read during a particular phase of your life, the kitchen gadgets you bought with enthusiasm but rarely use. These items often carry memories and emotions that make them hard to release. This gentle approach to letting go makes the decluttering process much more emotionally sustainable. Instead of feeling guilty about getting rid of things or forcing ourselves to be ruthless, we can approach it with compassion for both ourselves and our belongings. We can honor what these items meant to us, while also creating space for new experiences and growth. When we let go with grace rather than regret, the whole process feels more like a celebration of our journey rather than a loss of our memories. Lesson number 6, Shinrin Yoku, bringing nature indoors. Let's shift gears and talk about something that can instantly make any space feel more peaceful and organized. Shinrin Yoku, often called forest bathing, is about connecting with nature for health and well-being. While traditionally this means spending time outdoors among trees, we can apply this principle to our indoor spaces by thoughtfully incorporating natural elements. The Japanese have always understood that humans have an innate connection to the natural world, and when our living spaces reflect this connection, we feel more balanced and calm. This doesn't mean you need to turn your home into a jungle, but rather that small touches of nature can have a big impact on how organized and peaceful your space feels. Plants are particularly wonderful for this because they're naturally minimalist. They don't add visual clutter the way decorative objects might, but they do add life and freshness to any space. Plus, taking care of plants gives us a daily moment of connection with nature, even when we're stuck indoors. We can embrace Shinrin Yoku by looking for ways to bring natural elements into our homes that feel authentic and manageable. Maybe it's adding a single beautiful plant to your desk area, switching out some synthetic materials for natural ones, or simply making sure you have good access to natural light during the day. These changes support both the organized aesthetic we're going for and our natural need for connection with the living world. Lesson number 7, Omotemashi, mindful consideration for others. Our final lesson brings everything together in a beautiful way. Omotenashi is the Japanese art of hospitality, but it's much deeper than just being polite to guests. It's about creating spaces and experiences that show genuine care and consideration for others, including your future self. When applied to organization, omotenashi means creating spaces that are functional for everyone who uses that space. It's about hospitality towards everyone, family members, friends, and yes, even yourself 6 months from now when you're looking for that important document you filed away.